to my core. And after this happened, I can look at, and I think I've received one bad review since all this other stuff happened. If I have others, there are places, where my book is that I just don't go. But, if there are others, I haven't seen them, I just ignore them. But if I do happen to see a bad review or someone make a bad comment or something like that, after I've been through what I've been through with the book banning, with the writing, with the reading, with the, all the things in my past, it's insignificant. I mean, it truly is. It's one person's opinion. And I feel sorry for that person. I feel sorry that someone is so cruel or so mean or so judgmental that bringing another person down is the only way that they can give themselves joy or give themselves something to feel good about. Being small-minded is nothing to be proud of. And so I give those people, the small-minded people, the attention that they deserve, which is none.
Absolutely agree with you. And I don't know if somebody called you an evil for sharing your story and just writing about abuse and just sensitive topics like this. Have you had this kind of encounter with people like this? Did they call you evil for doing this, for writing your book, sharing your story?
Oh, yes. Oh, I've been called such vile things. It's not appropriate to discuss. I mean to repeat. It is. Oh yes. And as a matter of fact, the reason when this all first started happening back in October of 2013, my natural victim, oh poor pitiful me reaction was to cower in a corner. I left social media for 9 weeks. I was done. This is too hard. I can't do this. These people are awful. And the thing that the thing that brought me to my knees, I mean, they actually cut my knees out from under me. I felt like I was bleeding on the floor when all this stuff was happening. But the thing that actually made me stand up again was number one, very good friends. I have made some phenomenal friends on social media. It was not only the good friends, but it was also the fact that one of these nasty posts actually, and I don't understand Facebook, so I don't understand how this happened, actually crossed my youngest daughter, who at the time was 17. Or no, she had just turned 18. But anyway, it crossed her timeline on her, went across her Facebook timeline. And she walked up to me and she said, she showed it to me. And then she showed it to my older daughter, and both my girls, I laugh about it now, but at the time I just looked at them both and cried. But my oldest daughter looked at me and she goes, "Mom, really?" She said, let me at her. Let me at them. And she said, "I'll get my friend." She said, "Doesn't this woman realize that my generation invented cyberbullying?" And I died laughing now, but it was just, and I had to threaten both my girls with loss of computer, loss of phone, loss of cars, to stay out of it. That, you do not engage. You do not give these people ammunition or a weapon, to use against you, which is your reaction. That's what they're going for, is your reaction. Mm-hmm. You stay silent, you take the high road. And I'm proud to say, I really, really am. I'm very proud to say that I took the high road. I have never mentioned this woman's name, even in my blog post. I've never mentioned her name. I have never turned it around on her. I'm not going to stoop to that level. I'm not going to play her game. And but yes, that's what basically galvanized me, was when what they were calling me and what they were saying actually reached my family. because my husband nor my daughters have read my book and plan to never do so. And so when that crossed their timeline or her timeline, and she saw the things that were written about me, it went through me. I mean, the protective mother, it's like, no, this cannot happen. And so.
Yeah, it's devastating how people react and how they treat others. It's just that they don't care about the pain, and they don't care about your intentions. They don't care about anything. It's just, it's devastating. Shelly, do you have questions for Tylor?
Actually, I do have one, Tylor. What's your next step? Like, are you planning on writing again, or are you planning on staying on the same route if you are writing? What's the next step for you?
Well, I plan on continuing. I do plan to continue on this crusade, and I really can't say that I have a purpose in stopping child sexual abuse. I'd love to. I mean, if I felt that were possible, I'd be the first one in line to volunteer. If somebody had a plan to do it, I'm your girl. I'm there. But as I said, it is a behind closed doors type of crime. It is something that usually happens and then you hear about it. It's not something that is preventative. I mean, and really and truly until it's done, the actual perpetrator, until they commit their first, they really don't know that they are. So it's not like there's a preventative. And I don't know. And I really probably shouldn't say this, but I don't know that there's any psychological triggers, red flags, whatever you want to call it, that would indicate that someone, hey, this person might become a pedophile. I really don't. And this blanket generalization that because someone is abused, they're going to continue the cycle. No, I don't buy that at all. There are, I think if you don't have any type of encounter with society, then that might be the case. But it's a choice. I honestly believe that it's a choice because I was abused and I would die before I would harm my children. My children have never been harmed. I've never abused my children. And I know a lot of people who have been abused that would never do that to your children. You either choose to be better than what you had or you don't. So that's basically my stance on that. As far as what I'm going to do, I've been involved with groups. I've been involved with discussions, and I will continue not really to pimp my book, but basically to pimp the idea that, hey, tell. My whole mantra in this thing is tell somebody until they listen. And so, my author page is basically when I see a great picture or a great, something about that, I post it and basically make people aware. If you think something's wrong, if you think something's going on, children don't fabricate this. This is one thing that's well beyond their developmental skills. They don't fabricate this stuff. And if you think something's wrong, risk ruining a friendship. Risk your neighbor hating your guts. Risk exiling yourself, from a family member. But tell. That's the most important thing. And tell until somebody helps you. So that's the first part. The second part is, yes, I am writing. It's on hiatus right now because I'm taking both my girls on a European tour for 3 weeks, the end of June. But I am 6 chapters into my next book, which is also based on a true story, but it's fiction from cover to cover. And it's a romance. And it's a mystery, and this girl is struggling because I wrote My Prison Without Bars in first person, and I'm trying out third person. which is tricky. And
very tricky. Yeah.
So very tricky. Yes, very tricky.
Yes.
So, but yeah, my next book is Sins of My Father, and I'm anxious. I'm hoping to get it out by summer of 2015.
Very cool. That's good luck to you, Tylor, and really, really wish that it would come out as awesome as the first one.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. And I appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much. It's kind of, it's a fluke because none of this was in the plans. I mean, none of this was. None of this I could have even dreamed. And I will share this one thing. I was completely computer illiterate. I do open heart surgery. Got a broken heart or chest pain or heart attack, I can fix you. But, yeah, but computers, I didn't know the first thing. When I started this whole journey, I didn't even know how to email. And all of this has been self-taught. I did my book through CreateSpace. I picked the Publishing for Dummies package, all-inclusive. But I'm learning as I go, and it's, this whole journey has just been life-affirming, wonderful, overwhelming, heartbreaking at times, gut-wrenching at times, and probably one of the most fulfilling things that I've ever done in my life. And
that's
I'm
wonderful.
So grateful.
Yeah, that's wonderful,
so
and I'm sure you're
all.
going to change. Yeah, you're going to change a lot of lives for the people who are willing to learn, to see how painful it is, abuse on a child, on an adult, on anybody, and how damaging it is for the people who have compassion, who have love for others. So I congratulate you again on this. And I would like you to share you're welcome to share the places where people can find your books. We are about 2 minutes away from the end of the show. Can you share with us the places, the media places?
Right now it is on Amazon.com. It's My Prison Without Bars by Tylor Evan Fulks. It is also on Barnes & Noble. I've been with KDP, but my time with them is up at the end of June, and I plan on being hopefully doing my book in audio format on audible.com. And also I'm going with Smashwords, so I'm putting it any and everywhere I can. Probably the end of August, I will be finished with, formatting and getting that up and running. But right now, it's available on Barnes & Noble and also Amazon.com.
That's wonderful. Great. And if you want some more information about our books, you can find it on my website, and you can listen to the show again. It's on www.dianabellaros.com and on Facebook, facebook.com/DianaBellaros, and the same with Tylor. And Shelly, do you want to say something?
Yes, Diana, thank you so much, Tylor, for joining our show and introducing your book. And it's truly amazing to have listened to your journey. And I wish you all the best for the future endeavors and to stand strong as much as you do today. So thank you very much for joining.
Oh, thank you both for having me, and thank you for doing this wonderful thing that you're doing, empowering women. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I am honored and humbled to be a part of this.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for the listeners who were with us today. Thank you so much, Tylor. Thank you so much, my wonderful co-host, Shelly. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Yeah, and till next Friday, the same time, 12:30 Pacific, and the phone number is again 1-347. You can call us and ask us questions again. And we're at the end of the show. Thank you so much